Okay, so we're going to look at another question. It's telling us that, or it's asking us for how long will it take to fill an empty tank that is 6 meters wide, 12 meters long, and 4 meters deep with a pump that delivers water at 15 liters per second. Now again, whenever I get a question like this, the first thing I'm doing is I'm drawing a diagram and I'm putting all of the given information on the diagram. It just helps me better understand what's given and what they're looking for. So we're told that we have a tank and we are told that it is 6 meters wide. 6 meters wide. We're told that it's 4 meters deep and that it is 12 meters long. So 4 meters deep, 6 meters wide, just putting in these arrows. And we're also told that a pump is delivering, so symbol for a pump. We're told that a pump is delivering at 15 liters per second. And it's filling it with water, and it's asking for how much time. And it specifically wants to know in hours. And I know this because in the options of the multiple choice, the options are in hours, so I know they're looking for the answer in hours. So first thing I'm looking at is I'm seeing, okay, great, our units here are the same. I am seeing though that liters and meters here are different, so I know that at some point I am going to have to, do some unit conversion. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate what is the volume of this tank. We're going to have to know what the volume is because we want to know how long it's going to take to fill the whole thing up, right? So the volume of a tank volume is equal to length times width times height. So I'm going to put all of the information that I have in there. We were given our length. We know it's 12 meters. And of course, I'm always putting in my units. It's a habit that you should get into. The width we're told here, it's 6 meters, so I'm putting that in. And then the height we're given is 4 meters. Again, all of the units are the same, which is great. I'm going to plug that into my calculator, and I get that it's 288 meters cubed. Now, a lot of times some people might say, how do you know it's meter cubed? Well, something that you should know is if there's no number up here, you can assume that it is. You can know that it's just 1. And whenever you're multiplying these meters, you just simply add. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. That's how I know it is meters cubed. So let's zoom out a little bit here. Scroll down. Okay, so now back to the problem. We know that we want to figure out how much time it's going to take to fill it in. So we're given that the pump is filling it at a rate of 15 liters per second. So for a problem like this, what I always kind of opt for is dimensional analysis. So let's start with that. So we know that the volume is 288 meters cubed. And we know that it's being filled at 15 liters per second. So we know that we're going to have to convert this meter cube into liter to be able to somehow use this pump rate in the question. So let's do that. So something that you should just memorize is that 1 meter cubed is 1,000 liters, okay? This is going to help me convert this number into liters. Now, before I do that, I'm just going to continue my dimensional analysis. So we know 288 meter cube, I'm converting this to liter. Now, I want to bring in this number in. So we know that the pump rate is 15 liters per second. So I'm going to put my liters at the bottom so that we can eventually cancel these liters out. And per second, that's what we're given, it's per second as you can see here. And I know that eventually I'm going to have to find the time in hours. So I know that eventually the second is going to have to be converted in hours. So let's do that right now. So I know that in 1 hour, there's 3,600 seconds. So that is 1 hour. Now, again, things like this and things like this, you'll end up memorizing because it's used so often. But in the event that you're wondering like how we're getting these, it's simply, I know that now if you've watched one of our other videos where we talked about unit conversion, something that I like to do, minute, second, just memorize HMS. If we're going up, we're dividing. If we're coming down, we're multiplying. And the factors between here are each 60. So right now I am going from second all the way to hour. So that's going to be division. I'm going to go up once. That's 160. I'm going to go up another 60. So it's going to be 60 times 60, which is 3,600. And because I'm going up, I know that I have to divide. And that's how I got this 1 hour 3,600 seconds. Now I know when I talk about this it sounds way more complicated than it should be, so again this is another one that over time you'll just end up memorizing because it's so commonly used. Okay, so now let's look back at the problem. Again, I kind of am using a dimensional analysis. So meter here cancels out, liter here cancels out, seconds cancel out, and we're left with hours, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So this is a really great example of a problem where dimensional analysis is needed, and it's really just putting all of the units together and canceling them so that you're left with what you're needed. So when I put this all into my calculator, I end up getting 5.3 hours. So it's going to take 5.3 hours for me to fill up this tank all the way to the top, for me to fill up this tank with a pump that is pumping water at 15 liters per second.